Hello guys, you're welcome to this lesson. Today's episode, we're going to solve quadratic equations that are in exponential form. So let's jump right ahead and do that. I guess it's going to be cool for us. So let's start right ahead. The first problem we're going to solve is 7 raised to the power to x minus 2 times 7 raised to the power x raised to the power x plus 1 equal to 0. So when you say a problem like this, it's most probably going to be a quadratic equation. So the whole idea is to find a basic factor that we're going to convert, we're going to represent with a letter, all right? So I think glaringly we see 7 raised to the power x. So we will say, let 7 raised to the power x be represented as the letter P, right? So we're going to make 7 raised to the power x and substitute it. So we have 7 raised to the power x bracket square. This is the power, right? Minus 2 times 7 raised to the power x plus 1 equal to 0. So if we represent 7 raised to the power x as p, we'll have p squared minus 2p plus 1 equal to 0. Now, solving this quadratic equation, if you want to know how to solve quadratic equations, you can check through my video list on the description where I posted the video for that. But this is a classic quadratic equation problem, so it's not going to be too difficult for us. So we're looking for a factor which we will add to give us minus 2 and multiply to give us plus 1. 2 factors. So those 2 factors will be minus 1, minus 1. So we'll say p squared minus p plus 1, right? Equal to 0. So if we put them in brackets, open a bracket, we'll write p squared minus p minus brackets p minus 1 equal to 0. Now I put minus here, then this became positive and this became negative. So if we factorize, that's this expression over here. If we factorize, we'll have p, open brackets, p divides p squared, give us p divides through p will give us 1. Then nothing goes in here, it's already in its basic form, so we'll just write minus 1, p minus 1 equal to 0. So we'll end up with p minus 1 brackets p minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, we have p minus 1 squared is equal to 0. So if p minus 1 equal to 0, p is equal to 1. Now, remember that 7 raised to the power x represents p. So if p is equal to 1, therefore 7 raised to the power x is equal to 1. And then remember our zero law of indices, which states that any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So we have 7 raised to the power x is equal to 7 raised to the power 0. That's 1. Therefore, if this will cross this out, x is equal to 0. And that is our final answer. So we're going to solve one more problem, the second problem. Just don't miss me at this point. Make sure you follow me. So we have 2 raised to the power 2x plus 1 minus 5 raised to power 2 minus 5 bracket 2 raised to power x, right? Plus 2 equal to 0. Now we know that there's a basic factor here, which is 2 raised to power x. So we'll represent that as, let's say, m. All right? So we say let 2 raised to power x be equal to m. So we're going to create 2 raised to power x in this equation and substitute them. All right? So we say 2 raised to power 2x times 2 minus 5 2 raised to power x plus 2 equal to 0. Now on the side, 2 raised to power 2x plus 1. If we break this down according to our law, addition law of indices, which is a raised to power n times a raised to power n equal to a m plus n. If we break this down, we will have 2 raised to power 2x times 2 raised to power 1. All right? Which is what we have on this point, right? So also rearrange this to write 2 raised to power x squared so that we can have our 2x minus 5 bracket 2 raised to power x plus 2 equal to 0. So if we substitute 2 raised to power x as m, we'll have 2m squared minus 5m plus 2 equal to 0. So if we have to solve this quadratic equation, how are we going to solve it? How are we going to solve it? We're going to look for 2 factors that will give us 2 times 2, 4 when you multiply, and will give us minus 5 when you add them. And those factors will be 4, minus 4, and minus 1. So we'll say 2m squared minus 4m minus m plus 2 equal to 0. Equal to 0. So let's clear this on this side. So we're going to group them into brackets. We're going to group it into brackets, right? So we'll have 2m squared minus 4m minus m plus 2 equal to 0. Grouping it into a bracket, we have this, and we have this, right? This will become minus because there's a new bracket now. And there's a negative outside of the bracket. So we're looking for factors that will divide through. I can see 2m is a factor here already, giving us m. 2m squared divided by 2m. 2m squared divided by 2m, right? Right, gives us m. 4m divided by 2m gives us what? 2. We say minus 2. Minus 1, nothing will go in here, so we'll put 1 there. All right, so if we regroup it, we have 2m minus 1 bracket and m minus 2 bracket close. So we have 2 functions of m, 2m minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, m will be 1 over 2. m minus 2 equal to 0. Therefore, m will be 2. So if we substitute the value of m, which is 2 raised to power x, equal to 1 over 2, and 2 raised to power x equal to 2, what do we have? We have 2 raised to power x equal to 2 raised to power minus 1. Remember the quotient rule. And then we'll have 2 raised to power x equal to 2 raised to power 1. Therefore, the value of x, we have 2 values of x, which is minus 1 and 1. All right, remember we crossed out the bases. I really enjoyed this last problem. I hope you did too. So I guess we're coming to the end of this class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood everything I explained in this class. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. If you have any comments or contribution, please fix it in the comment section. Thank you for joining this class once again. And I want to say I love you to all my returning subscribers and my new subscribers. You're also loved. Do not forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content you're receiving here. Like, share, and comment. See you in my next class. Bye.